Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Erica Wilson, the host of the Had to Happen show. You knew that you had to turn to God because He's the only one that could get you out. Such a blessing to be able to sit with you, son.
You know, like in the isolation, sometimes we feel lonely or not being able to fit in, or this person is not going to bother with me or whatever. But that is the time when God says, "Be still."
Right.
And know that I am God. There you go. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm a single mom with 2 kids, struggling, rape victim, homeless, robbed at gunpoint. All those things had to happen to me to birth me for my purpose today. And that's why I'm standing here today giving back.
We knew then that we was on a long road to recovery. But I say that to say this. It had to happen.
Great day, everyone. We're here live today with your girl, Erica Wilson, and it had to happen. Whew, season 4 already, guys. And we're on, our topic for today is NFL Moms of Miami, part 2. Can you believe it? I have the beautiful Melissa Phillips, which is a beautiful mother of LYNN BOWDEN Jr. of the Miami Dolphins. She was such a pleasure to have on the show last week, so I decided to bring her back this week so she could go ahead and pour into the people and testify before the people and let the people know what it is behind the scenes of an NFL mom. So without further ado, let me bring the queen on. Welcome, Melissa. Can you hear me? I think we're having a little bit of technical difficulty here. So can you?
Hey, how you doing?
I am awesome. I think you have a little bit of lag
Yes,
there.
ma'am.
I can't hear you, and you keep pausing.
Can
I'm
you hear
not
me?
sure why.
I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. There you go. Guys, as you can see, we have the beautiful Melissa Phillips. How are you doing today, Queen?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? All right, guys. While she get her, I think we have some. Can
Yeah.
you hear me now? Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Look at this. We bind this enemy right now in the name of
Can
Jesus. We're gonna get through this program. You keep pausing. So if you can, try to go out and come back in.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys, listen. We had Melissa Phillips on last week, and she was telling us what it is to be an NFL mom, and some of the things that she was doing, how many hats that she wear. My God, she wears so many hats. Excuse my voice, I'm dealing with allergies here, so please do bear with me. But while we wait for Melissa cameras to, get back on track here, we're going to go ahead, and I want to just introduce my lineup for February. Man, do we have a booked February here. Listen, I am so honored that God allowed me to start this broadcast and gave me the vision and give me the people to bring before you all to, share their stories and their testimonies. But today we have the beautiful Melissa Phillips. Next week on the 8th, we have Miss Tamika Lawton, my brother's keeper, and that's Wednesday 2/8. And then following 2/9, we have the amazing The Voice Season 21 knockout Brittany Bree sings. And that is 2/9 at 4:30 p.m. Then on 2/15, we have the beautiful Toyonda Williams. And she will be coming before us on 2/15 at 7 p.m. Beauty for Ashes. Following 2/16, Miss Candace Waters. She says, find your purpose, then find me. And she will be before you guys at 4:30 on 2/16. And then on 2/23, we have the Visionary Boss Tour Visionary, which I'm honored to be a part of. 2/23 at 4:30, Miss Monique Denton Davis. Man, do we have some powerhouses coming before you all. But listen, I can't say enough how grateful I am that God has given me the vision, but how grateful I am for each and every one of you who tune in with us here at It Had to Happen, because we can't do this without each and every one of you. So we just want you to know how grateful we are for you, and you. So right now, while Melissa is getting her camera together, I want my producer to go ahead and play her song so you guys can see what she's doing out there. But she's not only a producer, she's an artist as well, guys. So you have to hear this song. And she's going to tell you guys where you can go and get it. Mischa, are you ready? Just bear with us, guys. The song is a...
He's been good.
My dog, man, free my dog behind them bar. You stuck in the feeling, playing the victim, bro, you scar. Doing all that talking, all that barking, don't go too far. Man, we steady winning, you steady sinning, go check your heart. Yeah, my God is good, my God is great, don't get me started. Rocking with the shepherd, if I need you, know we got it. Can't live without it. If you knew the way we used to be, you wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, that boy was wildin', now he living righteous. God looking down, breaking chains, and he smiled, breaking chains, and he... God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me.
Negativity is poison. I keep a praise on my lips and a song in my heart. Just give me the rock like I'm Jordan. I'm crossing over the river with God in my heart. I keep my head down cause I gotta pray up. Make sure I lay up a treasure to stay up. You bet on pressure, then you better pay up. He put a play up and I'm going way up. Wait up. Waymaker, peacekeeper, chain breaker, redeemer, frustration, depleted, temptation, defeated. My God is my reason. My God is my season. I'm seasoned. Everything that the devil stole cause my God beat him. Bodied him, body on the cross for sinners. Buried a borrowed tomb but still the winner. Risen deliverer of every hood. I'm trying to tell you he's been very good. God has smiled on me.
Listen, Melissa, not only is she the baddest producer on this side of heaven, she's out there making music as well. So, real quick before we
Nice.
jump in, right? I mean, that was my first time seeing that video. And Mish, oh my God, salute. Tell us how we can get that song or how can we support you?
Okay, so thank you for
You're
allowing me to play the
welcome.
song. So it is available on Spotify. It's available on YouTube Music, Amazon Music, pretty much all of your streaming platforms. Um, Obviously, also it's on YouTube. The video is on YouTube. It's called "He's Been Good." You can look for my name and then Prexy Prex, and definitely download it, listen to it, buy it, whatever you want to do.
Man, look at there. Would you look at there? Huh. Melissa, let me tell you, hey, you want to cut it? You want her to teach us some things? You
What?
want to get in there with it?
My dancing don't go with that music.
I know that's right. All right. So for the listeners that's tuning in now, some may not have tuned in on last week. So if you can just give us a brief description of who Melissa Phillips is.
Oh. I'm a single mom of four, all which are young adults. I have a nurse, an NFL player, single mom, and a child that's in school right now. I have 6 Frenchies, in which I plan on selling 3. They're 4 months old. I have 2 girls. No, 3 girls. I'm sorry, because we're keeping a boy. I have 3 grandchildren. I have a 4-year-old. He's a boy. I have how does she's 16 months. Her name is Nami, and then I have a little boy Ty, which will be a year and 5 days. I have power of attorney of my father. I'm co-power of attorney of my grandmother, in which, due to her ailments, I'm back and forth in and out of from Florida to Ohio, which is my joy because we're all on a borrowed time, and whatever I can do to make life, the rest of her life, comfortable as she did mine, I'm all for it. What else? I'm beginning to become a socialite in Florida, just trying to get out here, get some things, get to know a couple people in regards to starting my son's foundation, the Lynn Bowden Jr. Family Foundation. That's pretty much it. I love getting to know people, especially my recently new sister moms, which are a variety of different football moms, as well as some of the NFL moms that are a part of the Paul Horning Brotherhood. So I just try to keep in tune and in touch with all the ladies from college and the NFL, try to just make sure that we're all keeping each other afloat. I'm here, I'm an open book. I pretty much will answer anybody's question from the age 5, little league football, all the way up to the NFL. If I can, if I have the answers. If not, I'll try to find them for you. I'm looking into some partnership with trying to bring a JUCO 16 based scholarship program for football in the Youngstown, Ohio area. We're going to start there first, try to bring some things back home, try to get Youngstown back up and thriving, as far as getting these kids into college as well as through high school, and hopefully fulfilling their dreams if they one day would like to become an NFL player, such as my son. That's one of the things that at one point in time, our area produced one of the highest numbers in the NFL. And I just would like to see that again, because I believe that, the village is still there. Even if it's not there, it's all about reaching back and giving back to the community in which your past is who you are. It shaped you for your future. So I definitely would like to see all of our sons doing something productive, even if it's just using their talent to get a college education. Not everybody is fortunate enough to make it to the NFL. It's the highest goal, but it's a really hard thing to work. You have to trust the process. I'm open for any questions, any concerns. Hey, if you could teach me something, I'm here for that too. So that's me in a nutshell.
Wow. Like I said, guys, she wear many, many hats. But Melissa, you said something that stood out to me. You said we all are on borrowed time. And I think that's something that people really don't think about as often.
Right.
And the thing that really stuck out to me, you said that you want to basically pay it back to her for the life that she has given to you. So were
hmm
you raised by your grandmother?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I had a village, but
Mm,
it ultimately started with my mom at times. A lot of the times I ended up with my grandmother, my father's mother. And sometimes I would end up with my mom's mom. It's just, you know, nobody has the right answers parenting. And sometimes I was who I was. You know what I mean? I was a kid that was, I didn't have the mom and the dad in the home. So if things didn't go right here, or I needed to be here, I was there, here, there, wherever, whatever worked best. It inspired me to be a much better parent, more hands-on and determined. I use the saying, a lot of people probably gonna catch a lot of backlash for this. And it's for me. It's not for everybody, it's for me. So my motto was to chase my children the way the women chase men. I'm not saying all women, I'm just saying some women. So that was my thing. I that was my life. My life wasn't my own when I decided to keep my daughter at the
that's
age
right.
of 16. So once I decided to become a parent, it was all about them. Whether or not I took losses or,
Right.
if my life had to be on hold, that was fine too. That's I believe for myself, I believe as a parent, once you decide to bring children into your life isn't your own. And
That's
you need to
right.
put them first, outside of God. You need to put them first. And, I've made a lot of sacrifices. We all have, just to
Mm,
get my son here. All of my children made sacrifices. My son made sacrifices. The village that we had behind us made sacrifices. So it just wasn't, I played a big role, but I had a lot of co-stars. You know what I mean? I had a lot of
mm.
co-stars that helped us get where we are today, and I'm humbly grateful. You know, I always try to reach back, keep in touch. I try to go back, like I said last time, and I visit the college that he came from, University of Kentucky. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm always rooting and rocking with them. I still have sisters there. The It's sisters and fathers now. But when we first started the parent group, our own non-traditional parent group that has collaborated with the traditional, and now it's the non-traditional. So it's united, and it's men and women. I don't know too much about that because I wasn't around. Lynn had left for the draft a year early, so but the way from the outside looking in, it's really really going. It's doing some great things, and I just hope it continues to grow like that. And what we started as a couple of women just trying to get a better understanding, being non-traditional parents, even if it was a traditional family. Like I said before, a lot of us like to go places and listen to certain type of music that wasn't at the prayer meetings at the traditional parent group. So, it worked for other people, but it just wasn't what we needed at that moment. And, I'm glad they collaborated and they got that thing up and going. And what started off as like 8 to 10 members is now over. Last when I was a part of it, it was over 80 something. So I can only imagine where it is now. So
Mm.
10 to 80 within 3 years, that's a big number jump. and to
Absolutely.
incorporate the men as well. That's a beautiful thing. So
That is good. But the thing that you just said, when you become a parent, it's not about you anymore. It's about the children. So so often we hear so many people say, "Well, I didn't have a dad in the home, or I didn't have a mom in the home,"
mhm,
and they use that as and like you said, it works for you, it works for me. But I
mhm,
knew that I wanted to give my kids something, not saying that I wasn't loved, never saying that, because I know that I was, I was loved by many. But the thing
mhm.
about it is, to hear it, the hugs and things like that, you know, you want to give that, and you can't. When you become older, you know better, you do better, right?
Right,
So they look at your life now as an NFL mom, but not knowing, like you said, you had to make the sacrifices. There were
right.
plenty of sacrifices that you had to make, and you had to put your life on hold because guess what? It wasn't about Melissa anymore. It was about this
No.
this this little girl that you had. So just walk us through that a little bit on being a single mom to just that one kid at first. What were your thoughts?
Oh, that was so brief. Those two are Irish twins, two different dads. Um, Lynn and Deja doesn't have the same father. They have their own dad. Lynn and Deja are exactly 11 months apart. So I remember walking across the stage. I was 8 months pregnant with my son in my belly. And, once I got my degree, my daughter was on my side. So I had both of them with me. One was just inside of me, and the other one was on the side of me. And, of course, I had family members that were there that supported me as well. I have a picture of it. It's on one of my social medias. And I often go back and I look at that and I look how I turned around from just being a single mom, a teen mom, finishing high school on time, working, you know what I mean? Everything was, like I said, my life wasn't my own. So my days would often start at 6 a.m. After getting me and the kids dressed and just going at that time to Youngstown Community Health. I worked as a bus aide. So it would be me and the kids, the two kids in the car once I had them. And I would work as a bus aide. After I check them in, I would go outside, get on the bus, do the first round, go in the inside if they needed a teacher's assistant, work there for 3 to 4 hours, and then get back on the bus, do the second afternoon route, come back, work as a teacher's assistant at the same building that my kids did all day daycare / preschool at. And after we did the final run in the afternoon, I would go back, pick them up, and drive up maybe like several blocks in the same neighborhood on the east side of Youngstown I think at that time it was the first 24-hour daycare facility. So I was working Monday through Thursday, sometimes Friday at
Mm.
that site, and then leaving there, going to the 24-hour daycare and working there from like 6:30 to 11:30, sometimes 12, depending on when our relief got there. And a lot of the times I would have my own two children in the classroom, as well as many other parents' children's in the classroom. And then you got to remember, I was 18. So I wasn't too much older than the kids, because I think at that time, the max on a child's age limit was 12. So I'm
Mm.
6 years older than the kids that I'm watching. And, often you had that kid that was like, you're a kid, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
had my own kids. So they looking at me because I'm young looking. Imagine back then I looked like a kid. It was like
Yeah.
a big old joke. She's lying. She does. Yeah. So I got that often, but that was my day. And then on the weekends I worked for Farmore, which was like a really, really small Walmart, so to
Okay.
speak. So I worked there 4 hours a day, Saturdays and Sundays. So I had two jobs for a long time, a very, very, very long time, sometimes three, depending on what availability. And then after 10 years of that, I decided to go back to college, in which I stopped at almost a junior status due to me getting hit by a drunk driver and just needing to be
Jesus.
there a little bit more for my children, as well as having to learn how to walk standing straight up. So I went through physical therapy and occupational therapy, and I haven't had the chance to go back one
Oh
day.
my God, Melissa, you have a testimony. We definitely gonna have to bring you back for that one because you. Oh, wow. We definitely gonna have to bring you back so you can tell us about this accident and how you rehab and everything like that because you may have. Thank you, Holy Ghost. I have a young man that's gonna be on the show, I believe, a couple of weeks from now, and
Mm-hmm.
he was in a coma. He was in a coma and he came out of coma after 2 days, had to learn how to walk all over again. So just, I mean, wow, we definitely have to bring you back for that one. But hearing all of that, coming up now, you have these two kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, they moving through elementary, they're moving through middle school, they're moving through high school. So when you see Lynn at the age of 5 love football, I assume, right?
Three.
At the age of 3, but he started playing at 5.
He started playing at 5, but he showed glimpses of him actually wanting to be a player at the age of 3. At the age
Okay.
of 3, he started wearing his bigger cousins that he looked up to that were often in the house because my grandma raised multiple of her children's children. And we were raised pretty much like brothers and sisters. So with me being so close in age to them and them being so close in age to my children, even though I was the oldest, the kids basically grew up with them. So my son kind of gravitated and wanted to do the things that they did, which was they played little league football. So that gave my son the ultimate goal. And at first, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was caught up. I was like, I got these 2 kids. Well, at that time, I ended up having 3 with 1 on the way. So I'm like, I gotta make this money. Y'all gotta have all this, and that, and I gotta make this money. I ain't got time to go down there and watch you in nobody's park. But what I do got time for is I gotta work this 2 to 10 or this 6 to 2. So you want everything, but I missed like 1 or 2 games. And then my children's father, he's deceased now. My last 2 children's father, he was murdered at the age of 38. So we're going on the 8th year for that. He was the one that brought it to my attention. My cousin always believed in him, which was my older cousin, and he started my son in football. He was helping the other kids, but he seen something different in my son. And I'm like, oh, okay, y'all go do that. Call me when it's something big. You know what I mean? At that time, I was chasing a bag, and the bag had to take care of them. But prior to me entering college and stuff like that, all those decisions were all made at the time when I had to decide, well, hey, I need to support my son. So from that moment on, from the time I went down there the first time and I got to see what he did for myself, I don't think I missed, I want to say overall, and from 5 until college, I know 3 college, 2 in high school, and 2 then. So that's 2 for 7 games. 7 games in that entire span. So
Wow. So okay, so you said that you were chasing the bag, but you didn't see, I guess, the bigger picture like your ex did.
yeah, I was a
And
kid.
right,
I
I
was
have
a
to make this
kid.
money. I have to take care of these kids. They're my first priority. How
My
can I
kids
take
need
away?
these cell phone minutes on their phone.
And how can I
He
take
5. He
away?
gotta have these minutes.
Oh,
We
at
gotta
five
have
years
cable.
old, at 5 years old, he had a minute phone.
My kids had cell phones. Listen, they wasn't missing nothing. Sweet 16 birthday parties with performers. Oh, I ain't never been married. Please. They wasn't gonna miss
Oh,
nothing. They
I
did
know
party
that's right.
promoting and got paid to make their own money before they got of age. My daughter had a job at 16, just like I did. I was driven different. I was gonna make sure that they had everything. Your car at 16, both of them. It took me 1 month to get my daughter's, but she had a car at 16. She turned 16 in November. By December, she had a car. And then that car became her brother's first car. So I ended up getting her something else, but the brother had to buy the car from her. So it worked out, but my kids didn't miss a beat. They definitely didn't miss a beat. And I believe that's the reason why we all love each other the way we do and that we help each other. You know, if I don't have something and my daughter needs it or anybody needs it, we all try to do our best to chip in. So it's all about taking care of each other.
Man, that is so good. And that's what it's all about. And not only that, you teach the kids at a young age that nothing is given. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is given. So they know how to, how can I say it? They know how to value things now, because it was taught at a younger age. But say, let's move forward now. You have Lynn at Kentucky. Is it Kentucky?
And then when I left
No,
everything and moved to Kentucky,
no, I'm saying you have him in college at Kentucky,
yes,
right? Okay,
yeah.
so now he's in college in Kentucky, and man, oh man, to me those were the best years. I love the collegiate years over the NFL. It was so much fun. Can you say that?
It was fun, but it was a
Hmm.
grind. I started off in housekeeping, had never worked a housekeeping job in my life, but I had the credentials to do everything, but I had to get my foot in the door. So I
Right.
started off cleaning the hospital. And I think it took me like a month and a half before I got my position in the outpatient laboratory where I was doing blood draws. So that
Oh.
worked around my schedule with the intent of me moving over to another hospital, which was a part of it after the season. So I ended up doing that. And from there, I transferred out into labor and delivery. I jumped around and I
Ooh.
bounced around into it was all about I was chasing the bag again. How can I make more money that I got once I got my foot in the door? And I ended up exhausting that process. And from then, I ended up getting a federal job. I went from working state to federal. So the
Mm.
federal job was the best job that I've ever had. But I thought when I first initially interviewed for the job, I was told that I was working float and that they would work around my schedule. Well, when I got there, my supervisor wouldn't work with my schedule. I had a
Oh.
lot of different bumps in the road from that. And ultimately, I ended up leaving there. It was either my son, his final year, me supporting my son, or me supporting and taking care of other people's loved ones just for the money. So I took a huge pay cut. I'm talking about 20 something dollars pay cut. And I just went and I sat with a wonderful lady that passed on right after my assignment with her was done. And we left and went to for him to do his training. So she passed on, but I was blessed enough to meet her, and she taught me a lot of things about the way she thought, and I can utilize those now. So it was meant for me, even though I took like a 20 something dollar pay cut to support my son, as I always do. I can still go back and work a federal job. Right now, I'm focusing on making sure that everything is right at home and just being supportive of my son and just being the best grandmother I can be and being wherever he need me to be to continue to do whatever he needs to do to continue on his legacy and build generational wealth for his son and his daughter.
That is so awesome. So, okay, we're going back to and the things that we do for our kids. I cannot say enough. The things that we do for our kids. I mean, we just love them uh unconditionally. They just are everything. But let's go back to his last year of college, right? So his
Yes.
last year of college, you knew that you wanted to go to these games and you knew that you had to be there for him. Was there
Hmm.
ever a time where you had to sacrifice I'm going to work and not going to a game? Was there ever a time? And how did that make you feel, if so?
No,
No?
I was there to support my son. I gave up the job. I gave up the job. I was there to support my son. I was the only parent that was supportive of my son, and I needed to be there just as much as he needed me to be there. So, you know, miscommunication cost me the last game of the season of his collegiate home games a hug because he thought I wasn't coming. So, yeah, I just needed to support him. I wanted to be there. You know, if that meant some money now for his promising future later, I just felt like it was always a connection there. If I was there, I felt like we both were going to do well. You know, with me being somewhere else wasn't going to help me mentally. You know what I mean? So I needed to be there physically and mentally so I can let him know and send those vibes out. Me being at work wasn't going to do it. Now, granted, this is not the solution for everybody else. It's what
Right.
worked for us. And, you know, that was faith. Me having faith in determination in all things. I just wanted to make sure that he was going to be good. I wanted him, you know, I believe he has a lot of me in him. I believe that a lot of his determination and his drive is from me. I mean, who else to get it from than the person that reared you? But now he's a man and he's his own man. So I'm just letting him be the best man that he could be and pray and hope that I gave him everything that I could as a woman.
Right. That's good right there. I didn't want to jump into that real quick, but I'm going to jump back into that on him having his own family now. But let's go back into, okay, yeah, the last game. Now, NFL draft is coming up. He's talking about leaving school early. Like hearing him say, "Ma, I think I'm going to do it." Tell us, what was that like? How
It
did
wasn't
that make
no
you
thing.
feel?
It wasn't no thing. My son, he's like me. If he want to do something, he go do it. And Lynn, Lynn, Lynn loves school, but Lynn loves football more. And it's important. You know, it's two different types of kids. It's kids that can do both, and then there's kids that can do just enough to get them there. And at that time, I believe his drive, you know, knowing that he had a son, I believe his drive was, as well as his dream was, to be done at that moment with school, knowing you could always come back and finish. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend it for everybody, but when you know what a person, you know, pushing that person to do this and do this and do this, this this isn't what he wanted to do, but he had to do, trust in the process. So if he worked
Good.
hard enough, which he did, you can go and you can always come back as long as you leave in good standing. So that's what it was for him.
Wait, you said as long as you leave in good standing, you could go back?
Meaning you have to have the academic, your grades have to be there. You have to leave in good standing. You have
Okay.
to be able to come back. You can't flunk out and come back unless
Right.
you're going to pay. But to be able to have your, you know, the rest of your education paid for or honored, you have to leave in good standing.
Okay. So that makes sense. Okay. So now, all right, we're going to the NFL draft. Man,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, this nasty pandemic hit. Ah, listen.
I had
Go
I
ahead.
had no idea. I had no idea. I had been cut off the TVs and been quit watching local news because it was so
Really?
sad all the time. Girl,
Yeah.
I live in a
Yeah.
closet. I live in a closet unless you come knock on the door. I got one friend that calls me every day with the world news. Because other than that, ask me something local. The building blew up. I mean,
What? 'Cause look, you good at having that silence on your phone too. I look at my phone, get ready to text you. I'm like, that's why they got the phone on silence. Like, so I still send a text anyway.
No, okay, so I don't know these new updates. They just come on and say I'm driving. I'm sitting here. So
Really?
it's not me. It's not me.
Okay.
I don't know nothing about technology. It's doing what
Okay.
it want to do. So 90% of the time, no, it's not me. I'm not a techie. I told you I live in the closet. If I could, it'd be if Netflix got a series that I can binge watch, that's what I was doing while he was training. That and getting to know my sister mom at that time, KJ Himmler's mom. I was getting to know her. I love her to death. Our sons were close, and she was right across the parking lot in the same building as my son because we had two separate condos because that man liked his face. So I would literally have to go visit my son in a whole nother building, which was fine with me because it gave us the space that we need. And you know, after a while of me wanting to, we need to live together forever. Once he wanted that space long enough, I was like, oh yeah, we need space because I'm tired. I'm tired of living like
Listen.
now I'm okay with the space.
Okay.
You will hear my voice rise when they ask me, "Do y'all live together?" No, we don't. He played games too much. No, we don't.
Oh my gosh. Guys, we're here live today with the girl Erica Wilson, and it had to happen. Season 4, episode 4, part 2, though, of NFL Moms of Miami. And you see the beautiful Melissa Phillips sitting before you, which is Lynn Bowden's junior mother, and he plays for the Miami Dolphins. And as you can see, Melissa wears many, many hats, and she has a heart of gold as well. You have your cousin on here says, "Oh, Erica, go ahead, Erica," and she
Hey,
spelled it right.
cuz. Hey,
She says,
cuz. Share.
Yes. She said, "Cousin Melissa in the building. Hey."
Hey, girl. Thank you for the support. Share. Get your friends to watch my girl Erica. We done
Yes.
got to
And
know each other and love her.
man, I'm telling you, I can't wait to come down there next week. Next week, right? Wait, hold on. Is it next week, sis? We're going to get it together. That's all right.
Wait a
We're
minute.
going to get it
Nah.
together.
Wait a minute. Is you going to Higgy's Super Bowl party? Shout out to Higgy, Mark Higgs, on the 13th.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, so he's from UK. He's a UK alumni that also played for the Miami Dolphins. He has one of the biggest Super Bowl parties around. And
Wait a minute.
if you
Let me ask
Google
you.
it,
Is he a short guy? Light skinned?
light-skinned, pretty teeth,
I know
just a
I
bubbly.
met him on the
That's
plane.
Higgy.
I
That's
met him
Higgy.
on a plane one time, and he invited
He
me to a
did
Super
tell me.
Bowl party.
He did.
Oh my gosh, I didn't remember his name.
He told me. He told
Yes,
me.
and
I
he invited
love
me.
me some Mark. I love me some Mark. Mark is awesome.
Oh my God. Well,
Awesome.
I may come down and go with you.
Girl, you better come on down here. You know, we
All
still
right now.
single.
Wait, Alan might be. Look, Alan might be on here.
Alan, it's okay. I'm gonna have your mom meet somebody. Don't let her go with me. I ain't say she go with him. I'm just saying she go correspond with the males while we're in the building with the males. And one day you might have a stepdad. One day. I'm just saying.
Ooh, listen.
Ain't you tired of being single?
Am I tired of being single?
Don't do it for Alan.
No, I'm not doing it for Alan. I think in our position, Melissa, we don't know who's coming and why they're coming.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Well, that's why you put yourself in the right place. Around the right people.
I thought I did. But when it become to everything about my son, everything about my bye-bye.
I don't play. No, you got
know, that's not what we're gonna do.
I got an on and off switch, and I will cut you off as fast as you come.
Oh, wait, look, somebody
Especially
says she can't go. My niece says she can't go.
Niece, listen here. Where you at? Cause you ain't in South Florida, and if you is South. Now I got to get past Lynn because you got me telling all my secrets about me going to these parties.
But listen, you know, that's so true. I have that same switch. My tolerance is 0. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, my cousin tell me all the time, she said, Erica, your cutoff game is, I mean, strong. And it's not just with men, it's with people. I can't take the negative energy, you know, and it's not saying that the people are bad. Now, let me put that out there. It's just that the chapter is over. It's closed. That book is closed. That chapter of that book is closed. And it's time to move on, because when people show you who they are, you better believe them. So with that being said, when you have these people, oh, she telling you where she at, sis. All right.
Where she say? I'm in Georgia. Oh, I'm finna come kidnap her. She coming down next week. Stay in Georgia. She gonna be like, I hate Lynn's mom.
So listen, being single, you say, am I tired of being single? I think that I want to be a friend first. You understand what I'm saying? You have so many people that jump into relationships so quick.
Now I said go look. I didn't say, I said tired of being single. That means we still got years to court. You know, you got to court first.
Now let me ask you this. You have to court, right? Watch this. So do you court 1? Do you court 2? Do you court 3? How many do you court? You're single.
All the single ladies, we court till we find that one. I'm a firm believer. I'm go court till I find that one. I'm sorry.
Sis, how are you going to be able to find that one if you court so many?
Because 90% of it is going to be on the phone. It's going to be on the phone, and you go get on my nerves. I'm going to hang up on you eventually, and I'm going to block you. So that's how you cut down the court.
I'm not messing with you. I am not messing with you. She said, I'm going to block you. So your block game strong too?
My block game strong, girl. And theirs could be strong too, so.
Listen, I'm coming down to go to the Super Bowl party with you.
Yeah,
I'm coming down to have a
Don't
good
come down
time.
here and go to the Super Bowl. Like, his mom.
Oh, my. See, listen, guys, NFL moms, we have fun too, but trust and believe there's a lot of behind the scenes things that people do not see that we deal with on a daily basis, which is, you know, I tell a lot of people, like, you may want this life, but you don't understand what comes with it. This is a life that you have to be rooted and grounded in Jesus. You have to be, you know, because there's so many things that comes with it. So now moving forward to LYNN, having his own family. And by us being single moms, you know, it's like, okay, this is my baby. I tell my kids, I don't care, you 40, 50 years old, you still my baby. My oldest is 34. And Alan is 30. So my thing is, I always tell them, y'all always my babies, but still, now I got my own family. But the distance was already there because you guys were living in different places.
Once he was allowed to move out of the house, that boy was gone. He got his own place. And I had mine. At first, it was hard for me. It was hard because you know, it had always been me and my 4 kids. So it was always S5. So when they started really courting and really finding who their significant other is going to be or is, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. They got somebody. They don't want me to have somebody, but they got somebody. Hold on.
Right. Say that again.
And still to this day, a lot of my sister moms be like, girl, if you don't go and find you somebody for you be by yourself sitting on the couch babysitting the rest of your life. So I have my moments. Don't get it twisted. Some days I'm in the house and I might turn down a date or two because I'm with the kids and I'm content. But then I have the moments where I have to remember that these kids go grow up too. And I'm going to still be sitting on the couch waiting for their kids. Although that ain't a bad thing. It's just, I got to start breaking this cycle. Plus, I like to socialize. You know what I mean? It's good. It's healthy to be around people with alike views. And, you know, in the football world, Mark played. He's a Dolphin. He's a Wildcat. So why not, you know what I mean, be around some of the people that he know, you know, some of the alumni from UK might be there. So it's a family environment for me.
He told me, let me tell you, he did tell me, he ran it down. He sat next to me on the plane. He ran it down to me. He was like, you have to come. And I don't know what happened that I didn't go, but he did invite me. And I'm telling you, I just was like, okay, I'm going to go. And that's one
Girl,
of the things that I do a lot. I say I'm going to go, and I don't go. And that's one of the
see,
things
and that
that
was
man
my
came.
problem too.
Mm.
My daughter trying to hold me up, talking about she got a party that night. You will be at the party, and I don't know. The baby kid, I'll find a babysitter for the baby if I got to bring him out of state, because I'm going to the party. I'm going.
Oh,
I've been talking about this party since Mark told me about this party. I was once he told me it's on YouTube. Google.
yes, he
Yeah,
told
I
me
need
the
to be
same
there.
thing.
I
Yeah.
need to be there. Your friends is my friends, and you know I met them all at a Q party. I had heard about them,
Wait a minute.
and
You said something about a Q before. What is like a Q dog?
yeah, Q, you know.
Oh, okay.
Girl, I love the Q parties.
I never
I
been to
love the
one.
Q parties. It's some
I
fine
know.
black men in these fraternities, but the Qs. So it was. I think that was my second Q party in South Florida. Different environment. Hey, Ayana. So I goes to the party. It's one of their annual ones. They have it normally, I guess, every year. My cousin telling me in this big mansion. Well, because of COVID restrictions, it was outside underneath the tent. When I tell you, everybody and their mama was there. It was sundresses and linens. Oh, I was in the building. And that's where my cousin was like, you talking about there go Higgy right there. So I met Higgy. I met another ex-Dolphin. I think his name was Roy. I can't remember what Roy's name was, but I got to know him. I was standing next to him most of the night. And one of y'all hometown favorites, Lorenzo. Lorenzo was there. So Lorenzo was introducing me to a lot of them because I had met him at a birthday party. And my one friend go bump into me and said, well, it seemed like everywhere you go, you hanging with the NFL players. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, these my friends.
Well,
So,
see,
but yeah.
and that's the thing, you know, when you, like you said, you're in that environment, those are old heads. You understand what I'm saying? So
And
with
you
those
gotta
being,
love them.
that not only that, they could teach you some things. You know, we're just now, you know, well, Alan been 7 to 8 years, but still, it's still a learning process. Like you and I, we were speaking on the phone one day, and I was telling you some things that you had no clue, and you said some things that I had no clue. So
Right.
again, being around old heads, and you know, you can learn from them. You definitely can
Right.
learn from them. And look, your son is now playing for them, so why not?
Right.
You
And
know,
then they also could, you know, give me a perspective on the things of
right,
what to and what not to do. I'm from the North. The North is
right,
nothing like the South.
correct.
And, you know, where I'm from, it's a lot slower pace than it is down here. So you
Ooh,
can get lost. It don't
yeah,
matter what status or who you are in life. If you
that's
don't know
right.
nothing, you will get lost. So I get a lot of my knowledge from the guys. And unfortunately, I love hanging with guys. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I often want to be considered one, but that's not going to work. But, you know, just being around them, they're awesome. They're awesome individuals. And like I
Yes.
said, luckily, they're a part of my son's, one of his brotherhoods, which is UK Wildcats. And to be able to talk to them and have them tell me, like, you know, we go be at this game or we go do this and we go do that,
Yeah.
you know, it gave me another outlet, a circle of friends that I can go out and have a good time with and not have to court. You know what I'm saying, so to speak.
And
So
they're gonna take
it,
care of you. They're gonna make
yeah,
sure you're
well, we
good.
wasn't gonna tell nobody that. We wasn't gonna tell nobody we ain't paying for nothing all night. But I'm just
Well, I
saying.
wasn't saying that. I'm just saying, like, you know, they're protectors of the
Yeah,
mothers.
they
You know,
very protectful.
they're very, yeah, that's what I was saying, but you told it, not me.
Oh, did I? What did I say?
Well, listen, I was saying they're more so protectors because, you know, born and raised Miami, born and raised.
Oh, you
Love my
date?
city.
Wait
Yeah,
a minute, hold up. You
look,
date?
date,
You
all
ain't
date.
Broward?
Wait, I was
Date?
Dade and Broward. Dade and Broward.
Wait a
Born
minute,
and
hold up.
raised. Listen,
You from
born and
that other
raised.
country?
Now
That other
listen,
state?
305 till 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to Broward County until I moved away to go to Jacksonville. But hey, I call all of it Miami. You know what I call all, and I love my city.
We
Trust
say
me.
generalized Miami,
Mm-mm.
but you know the real Miami people get offended when you get to nah, that ain't Miami. I was like, I
they
done
got
learned
to
a
be.
lot of lessons.
Yeah,
I done learned
yeah.
a lot of lessons. You know, that's definitely, remember when we was on the phone and we talked after, and I told you every organization is different.
Yeah, yeah. You
Every
definitely did.
organization is different.
You know
And
what? And
you
that's true. That is so true. Man.
you just got to find out what the organization is about, even if you're not on it. It's not like a family environment, because ultimately it is their jobs and they do it
Mm-hmm.
well. It's still on the outside looking in. You have to know what the model of each organization is, and what they believe in and what they stand on. You know,
Right.
it's some similarities, but every organization has its perks.
Right.
So, you
So,
know,
ooh.
I know that our organization, they're really into giving back, which would be great for the both of us. You know,
Yeah.
I understand you've been doing your foundation thing for a while now,
Yeah.
and we haven't had our initial kickoff, but I look forward to it. And
Definitely.
I met someone from the Dade area that he's over their foundation, like working with foundations and stuff like that. So I look forward to collaborating with them as well,
Yeah.
without, you know, putting it all the way out there.
But
It's
see,
a lot of networking.
it is. But that's in each organization, though. And the thing is, you have to get in. Like me, I get in, you know, because we have the heart to serve in wherever he go. He done been with the
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, he been with the Jaguars, and now Miami. So the thing is, I want to introduce you to Leslie. Leslie is amazing. Amazing.
Robinson?
No, Leslie, I have to look up her last name. Leslie, excuse me if you're watching, but Leslie and Ashley and Renzo, amazing.
Lorenzo, the one I
Renzo,
know?
I don't know, but we'll talk after the show. But
Okay.
Renzo, Leslie, and Ashley, amazing. They also donate tickets to the organizations where you can bring kids out to the games. Guess what?
Nice.
You know, like we said, you said last broadcast, and that was one of mine too. I couldn't afford to take my kids to a game, you know.
Right.
So what about the parents now? Other single moms now, they can't afford to take their kids to a game. At least we could be able to pour into them, you know,
Right.
and get the families out to a game. So I definitely want we right at 8 o'clock. See,
I,
we're gonna have to do a part 3. We definitely gonna have to do a part
yeah, because
3.
I was definitely gonna say, girl, you read my mind, because I definitely I was explaining to KJ's mom, one of the things that I wanted to do, as you know, all of our sons is gonna have their own entities, but I want to do like it's almost like a transformer situation. I want us all to collaborate and become one foundation and do some other things where we can
Yes,
start giving back to, even if we do it on a college basis, you know,
yeah,
or our kids' school that they graduated from, but we do it as a team. We have our own things,
exactly,
but we do it as a team. I'm looking forward to
exactly.
doing that. So that's kind of the reason why I keep connected to my sister moms, because I believe overall we all got the end game and the end goal. You know what I'm saying? Is quite alike. So yeah, if you want, I'm all for it for the third one. We got a lot of exciting things
Yes,
coming
we
up.
do. And if there are any other NFL moms out there, we'll love to have you on the show as well. We want to be able to take over Tuesdays, NFL Mom Tuesdays. We want to be able to take over H2H, NFL Moms Tuesdays. Let me tell you something. It's so much that all of us go through as moms. Some married, some single. You know, we all go through a lot of things with our children, and we want to be able to pour back into the people that's out there that's getting ready to go through, you know, are getting ready to enter the look. Already the season is over. You have parents that's coming to the NFL draft now. It's a lot of things that we didn't know. I still don't know, and I'm still learning. You know, you and I, we spoke about a couple of things, but that's going to be on part 3 because I like to be so respectful of everybody's time. So listen, go ahead and tell us. You want to start this organization. And if one have any questions, how can they get in contact with you really quick?
I got 2 Facebooks. I have one that's at its max for the friends, so I had to start another. And that one is kind of sort of old. It's really based on our journey, the original one, and I can't let that go. And then I have this new one, the one that I use more often than not, because I'm trying to bridge the gap from college to now. And you can hit me up there. You can reach me at either one of my Instagrams. I have the NFL of Miami one, and then I just have the one Lissa Missy Phillips. Is it Lissa Missy or Lissa Missy Phillips? I can't remember, but Melissa Phillips is. It's not hard to get in touch with me. I'm still, if you have my number and you want to reach out, yeah, I'm just not going to be passing it out.
No, ma'am. I won't even allow you to.
I'm just not going to be passing it out.
My niece said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. But listen, guys, we're here live today with your girl, Erica Wilson, and it had to happen. And I have the beautiful Melissa Phillips sitting before you all, which is LYNN Bowden's junior mother. Man, she's such a beautiful soul. She's doing so, just like I said, a heart of gold. She want to get out there in the Miami community, and I'm glad that God allowed us to cross paths, and we share some of the same things in common. And both of our kids are receivers. Both of our kids are now parents. You know, both Melissa and I, single moms, but we're going to jump in there on part 3, right? So I want to go ahead and bring this flyer up because I will be in Duval, Jacksonville on March 5th, guys. I will be speaking at a conference, Sister Inspired Sisters Boss Tour, with the visionary Miss Monique Denton Davis. She's also going to be on the show speaking about this Boss Tour. Man, does she put on some good, I'm talking about some good conferences. And you can get tickets at sistersinspiredsisters.com/events. Again, sistersinspiredsisters.com/events. I will be in the building, God's willing, March 5th, and that's in Jacksonville, Florida. Sis, I would love for you to come. It's amazing. I'm telling you, she do some amazing things. Not only that,
You know, if I ain't pulled back and forth from here to Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Sorry. I have to humbly decline. March 8th is the Paul Horning Awards. And, you know, I have to meet up with his other brotherhood. And this will be my 3rd year. 2 years as just a supporting mom and 1 year as his reception year. So I'll more than likely be in Louisville, Kentucky, March 5th.
That's Lord all right. I know you there in spirit.
Definitely.
So guys, meet me back here on Monday. We have our prayer broadcast. Man, we're soaring through 2022 with the Bishop Kenny Berry and the beautiful Satara J, as well as the baddest producer on this side of heaven, Miss Mischa Allen, at 5:30 every Monday. Every single Monday we're here. It had to happen for our power. And then next Tuesday, I will have the beautiful Tamika Lawton, my brother's keeper. Her brother has gone home to be with the Lord, but he wrote a book before he left. And she went ahead and she published that book. And I just want to bring her on so she could tell about the book and talk about the book. COVID robbed him. He did 30 years in prison and came home, I think 2 years. got COVID and passed away. So she will be before us next Tuesday at 7 p.m. God bless each and every one of you. We can't do this without each and every one of you. So we want to send you out some virtual hugs. Come on, Melissa, let's hug the people and let's send out some virtual love because we love everybody here at It Had to Happen. And if you would like to book with your girl, you can go to my website at www.ericawilsonih2h.com. www.ericawilsonih2h.com. I'd love to have you here. We're now taking bookings for March because your girl is booked. Man, Alan said you booked and busy. Yes, I am. By the grace of God, it wasn't nobody but him. So, Melissa, we definitely have to get you back on here, even if I have to pull a double, because we have to have this part 3 because there's so, it's just so much that goes to this. And the people, like I said, we need to share as much information as we can. And this organization that you and we spoke about is something that could be very, very amazing. But we can't just not talk the talk. Walk the walk. We have to, talk the talk. We have to walk it, because when we get together, like you say, everybody have their own entities. But when you bring those gifts together and you're able to pour into so many different women, man, that's, to me, that's winning. That's more than money can ever buy. And I'm telling you, that's something that we need to do as women. We need to start supporting one another, being there for one another. All of us deal with so many different things on a different level. But listen, God gave us all gifts. Even if he gave us the same gifts, Melissa, he's still going to use us differently. Or if he uses us the same way, so more it be. Iron sharpen irons. Right. I want to leave you there with that. God bless each and every one of you. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
Erica's Empowering Empire. 88 Blessings Soar Movement. It had to happen in a beauty so rare. We'd love for you to join us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. It Had to Happen with Erica Wilson. Following our social media.